Hey everyone, it's Ryan at GPI. Just wanted to do a quick recap of our race this last weekend at F-Body Fest at Twin City Raceway in Monroe, Louisiana. Overall, I would say it was a pretty good weekend. Lots of things happening, obviously, at these races. Lots going on. We had a ton of customer cars there. As always, Popeye does a good job with those events and shows, getting the cars to come out, getting everybody interested in this late model stuff, having classes for the late model guys to run in. Shout out to him for that. So let's start from the top. Leslie's car, her CTSV, she was going to hop in the four-door, four-car, four-horseman shootout. That's a lot of fours. I was driving down. I was a little late leaving the shop. Larry messaged me and said, "Hey man, we made a test pass and it went really good." I was like, sweet. So that get down the track tune up from Prescott when we were testing works. That was great news to start with. So I checked in the hotel real quick, made it to the track about 6, and they were going to run first round eliminations at 7. First round, she drew Mitch Kramer. He's got a really sweet, really fast SS sedan. Fortunately for us, we won the race. Unfortunately for him, I think he kicked the tires. He didn't get to make a clean pass, and you hate taking wins that way, but you know, it kind of is what it is, I guess. So she made a pretty good lick. Wayne Russell with a white CTSV won his first round race. There was going to be 2 CTSVs in the finals, so we were like, sweet, man. Well, Wayne's got a pretty fast car, though. I debated on whether to put any more in the car or not, so I was like, nah. I'm going to leave it alone. We're not going to mess with it. We're just going to get down the track, and hopefully we've got enough. And it was a good, close race. Fortunately, it worked out in our favor. Leslie did win, and she got a nice trophy for the four-horseman shootout, 4-door style, so was happy about that. And then pretty much from there, we were just going to try to do a little grudge racing and testing Friday night. We had Keivie's car, Kelven Webb. I was driving Mike Talley's car. I think and James Matthews made a couple licks in his black fifth-gen car that night. It went pretty well. I made a clean lick in Mike's car, really fast pass. We didn't get any grudge action that night, unfortunately. Keivie made a pretty good shake with his car, just like a 60-foot, 200-foot pass or whatever, just to make sure the track was, you know, working good. So he was good. And James made 2 pretty quick passes in his car. So we were just trying to get geared up and ready, basically, you know, for the Saturday race. So it was gates open at 10 Saturday, but I think the track goes hot at like 4. So we felt like we were prepped pretty good, trying to get some races lined up. We had a guy with a Camaro coming in from out of town and been talking real bad to us for months. So we were certainly getting geared up to do some racing with him. Well, fast forward, Saturday rolls around, the sun's out, we're in Louisiana. You can imagine it's about 1,002% humidity. It felt like it was hot, even though it wasn't that bad. We got going pretty good. Leslie was going to be in the daily driver power adder class. I forget the actual name for it, but it was daily driver power adder cars. She made a pass first round. It was a pretty good pass. We made a blower pass, but she ended up having a problem with the rear brake and unfortunately had to pull the car. We didn't have the stuff there to fix it at the track, so that was unfortunately the end of her weekend. Keivie and Kelven both put their 6 gens in the NA shootout. I think there were 7 or 8 cars in that shootout. Keivie had a pretty fast Mustang, Nelson and those guys' Mustang, real good running car. He had him first round, and they had been kind of jawing back and forth with each other Friday night about grudge racing anyway, so this just like worked out really perfectly. And it was a good race. Keivie ended up taking the win first round. Kelven got a win over our own guy, freaking Payton Ham. Had to run our own guy first round. Payton's car made a pretty good pass too. I think he was mainly just late on the tree, but I'm glad he was able to make it out and got to make a pass or 2 as well to, you know, shake his combo down some. But Keivie and Kelven moved on. Keivie got a bye. It basically ended up with like 3 cars left after the first round. I think the other couple cars broke or something. So Keivie ended up drawing the bye. He had a bye to the finals. And Kelven had to run a pretty quick little Fox body Mustang. I had some kind of carbureted, like a carbureted small block of some sort in there. I didn't really pay a whole lot of attention. Kelven won. It was a good race, but Kelven took the win. So we had 2 GPI cars in the NA shootout finals. Unfortunately, there were some grudge races lined up and some other class stuff, so they didn't get to run the final before the track was shut down. There ended up being an accident at the end of the night that fortunately the driver's okay. It did shut the event down though, unfortunately, so they were going to split the pot anyways, to split the money anyways, I believe. 2 GPI cars in the NA finals, I'll take that. I was in the lanes with Mike's car and then make a test pass because we were going to try to get a grudge race later on, and that didn't get to happen, obviously. And then I think Kelven was up there. He was trying to grudge race a little Coyote car, Deshaun's car they call Troop. It's a really good running Mustang, and they were going to run it quarter mile, motor to motor. Did not get to happen. So James's car, James's 5th gen, we had a race locked in with a turbo 6th gen car. Forget the gentleman's name. Looked like a really nice build. Sounded like it was going to be a really good running car. Unfortunately, he had some problems. That race didn't get to go off or happen, so that was in a nutshell about it. Ren had a grudge race with his little rubber ducky yellow convertible car, and car went out there, and I think it didn't lock the converter, and it tapped the rev limiter, and we lost our grudge race with that car. So you talk about the wins, you got to talk about the losses too, so it's part of it. In a nutshell, that was it. That was the weekend. Doesn't sound like a whole lot, but there were so many cars there. The turnout was great. We were there at the track till heck, almost like probably 1:30, Friday night, Saturday morning, and I didn't leave the track until like 1 Sunday morning to drive home. So it was a good turnout. We're looking forward to the next one, whatever the next event is, where we can get in where we fit in. We'll be there. Thanks everyone for tuning in. Please like, subscribe, and comment below. Also, give us a follow on our social media channels, Facebook, Instagram, and TikTok. As always, we appreciate you guys, and we'll see you again next time.